Hi everyone, it's Kay, day number 7. Uh, Today was a yucky day, a little, not as much as yesterday. I wanted to talk about when I was raped at the age of 10. And I knew that if I could get to school on Monday, I knew my teacher was smart enough that she would find a way to help me. And that's exactly what happened. The problem was my mother didn't get me medical attention right away. So for almost 3 weeks, I laid upstairs on our third floor until the clinics kept telling her, you have to take this little girl to a hospital. Once they did, the doctor said, I'll give you a note, but let's take x-rays first. And the nurse took me in the x-ray room and put me on this cold steel bed. And she asked me to be still and hold my breath. I did. After she positioned me for the second time, she went back and the first x-rays had developed. She held it up to the light and she ran out of the room screaming, just screaming like for the doctors. They put up the x-ray up to the light and the doctor wanted to know where are the other people that were in the accident with this little girl. So the hospital staff, orderlies, they run out to the ER parking lot and there's nobody there. So my mother said, well, she wasn't in an accident, in a car accident. And the doctor said, well, how did she get to the ER? She said, I took her on the bus and I made her walk from the bus stop to the ER, which was in the back of the hospital. And the doctor stood still for a second, like in disbelief, like this little girl would be falling down all the time. And my mother said, yeah, that's what she's doing for attention. And he said, Miss, this little girl's hip bones, both of her hip bones are dislodged. They are not in place. So she can't walk. She's telling you the truth. And the doctor just, for a minute, wow. I want to tell you, that doctor and those team of doctors in that hospital, they went to work. They called who they had to call. They got in huddles and talked amongst each other. And as I laid in the bed that night, in traction, with weights at the bottom of my bed, preparing me for major surgery the next day, they had to go in both legs. Wow. They said, how do we approach, what should we do to help this little girl? Isn't it odd? How was she able to walk? Well, if someone holds you down on the third floor, had my 2 older sisters hold me down, cover my mouth, as my mother attempts to push my hip bones back into place, right? I was threatened that if I told anyone what really happened, that her friend took me out to a fishing trip, 5 o'clock in the morning. I had 4 sisters and neither one of them could go with us. She said she would come back to the hospital and she would remove me from the hospital and that she's my parent and she has the right to do so. And I believed her. So for 4 years, I lied to the doctors, to the police, to the social workers. Yeah. So that's what I did. And because of that, this may be why it's so tough for me, right? Because I held this in for a long time. And I didn't utter a word until one of my professors in college noticed and said, something's going on with you. And before you go further in the career that you want, you're going to have to tell what it is that's making you this way. I was scared to death. But I did it. And I'll tell you, I feel great. I feel great. I can play my music, I can light candles, I can talk to my friends, I can be more of myself, my authentic self. I think that's wonderful. I can be there for someone else the way others was there for me. So it's hard, it's difficult, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to be okay. And so will you. So part of the project is that we will have a lot of information of places that you could go seek help, hotline numbers, whatever you need. We're here for it. So I just wanted to share with you today. And I put on a bright color, I gotta keep it cute. So I put on a bright color and it's helping me. And I hope that you get the help that you need. You can do it. Bye now.